So I wanted to talk about one of the dogs I had. Unfortunately, I only had him for a short amount of time. And unfortunately, I do not have pictures of him. It's like we probably took some pictures of him, but when he was young, but he, they probably got stuck with, with Ken. The pictures were probably left with Ken. He had them, and it's like so they're gone. But anyway, his name was Jester, and he was a Border Collie. He was black and white, and I was heavily involved in obedience and so on. I belong to Golden West Obedience and stuff. And anybody that knows a lot about obedience stuff, like competitions and so on, knows that Border Collies are one of the better dogs to have for, they're one of the best dogs to have for obedience training, competition and so on. So and I also like Border Collies too. There's other breeds that like golden retrievers and so on, but I really like the one breed I liked that was good was Border Collies. Yeah. So I actually got the Border Collie from somebody. I think she was in Nevada, and she had. I met her one time at some kind of seminar, and it's like she had a litter of puppies, and here comes the cat. Anyway, so the so it was, she at one point she had a litter of puppies. She did breed once in a while, and so I bought one of her dogs puppies from her. I told her what kind of personality I like and everything. So she there was one dog it's like I liked dogs that were a lot of fun and everything and had character and everything. So she sent me I actually had him shipped. He came by plane and so on. Come here, Mr. Gray Cat. Anyway, he doesn't want me talking about dogs. So I got him. I picked him up. I remember somebody else, one of Ken's friends, helped me with it. And this was back in sometime. It's like I'm trying to estimate around what time it was. It would have been 19. No, it was probably early 80s. Probably early 80s. And that I got him. And so he was a good-looking dog too, and he's actually one of the bigger, Border Collies. Lots of times are kind of on the smaller side, and then they have ones that are larger. He was going to be one of the bigger ones, and he had this great, fun personality, very smart, really smart dog, and we had a good time. I was already doing some training with him, and he was already catching on. He caught on very quickly, onto any kind of training and so on. But he, the thing is like, this was there was a disease called Parvo, and this was in the early days of Parvo. And he, even though, I took care of him and he got his shots and everything, it was like there was a vaccine for Parvo, but I have a feeling it wasn't very effective because it was such a newer disease. And he got sick, one day he got sick, and we took him to the vet. And then he ended up staying at the vet. He got hospitalized because he a day or two later, the vet said he's got Parvo. And unfortunately, he passed away from Parvo. And he was only like 7 months old. And, I try not to think about, that the fact that I only had him for 7 months, but, I try and think about all the good times that we had together and stuff. And I really wish I had some photos of him. He was just a really wonderful dog, and he would have been a great, he would have been a great champion dog in obedience too.